The Movement for Social Justice is standing squarely behind the residents of 4 roads who say that the owners of Starlite Shopping Plaza want to take the land they live on unlawfully. They have been battling the business owners for some time now. On Thursday, another milestone was crossed as part of a resident's home was destroyed. C News visited the scene of the demolition. Marie-Therese Bernard has more.
Destruction at a residence near to the Starlite Shopping Centre had political leader of the MSJ, David Abdullah, rallying behind the occupants of the land. He says the neighbourhood is a long-standing community with dwellers living there for over 100 years. He says some of the owners have agreed to sell to Starlite, but some are not willing to part with their homes. Mr. Abdullah says the destruction of property on Thursday is a manifestation of avarice and some level of corruption.
And what we see here today is a straight case of greed, of land grabbing, of the use of the police service. And this is not the first time, because a number of residents had to write to the Police Complaints Authority earlier this year and go to the Police Complaints Authority and to the Minister of National Security with respect to a now retired Deputy Commissioner of Police who was acting on behalf of Starlite and Abood and so on.
Linda Agard, who rents the land where part of her dwelling was destroyed, says the demolition of one building and trees was not right.
Like, we have no law here. Because if you have any issue with a person going over your boundary or whatever, you're supposed to carry that matter to the Justice of the Peace or whatever and get some kind of warning or injunction to say, well, this have to be done or whatever. But these people just came in and they just cut down the trees and start breaking down the barber shop, which I don't find that making sense at all, because that is not where you just do things lawfully.
She says she's sick and elderly, and despite being offered alternative accommodation in La Puerta, is determined to live to the end of her days on the land she now occupies. The MSJ leader says the land is in dispute, having been passed through many hands over generations. Meanwhile, the president of the Residents Association says they have been battling for their land for a long time.
They are at it again. Mr. Abood is at it again. He and his family is at it again. Are we going to get justice? Are we going to get justice out here? Where is our parliamentary representative? Well, I'm telling you, like everybody go on MSG. Where is Mr. Rowley? He never came back. That's right. Where is Fitzgerald Hines? He never came back. That's right. Nobody is here for us.
One resident says it's a pure case of corruption, and the MSJ leader is vowing to keep up the fight against the wealthy business owners who would like to take over the land at 4 roads from those who have worked to build their community over generations. Marie-Therese Bernard, C News.